Welcome to the municipality of Cagwait, the tourist haven of Surigao del Sur. A small town of Cagwait, located about 32 kilometers southeast of Tandag City, the capital town of Surigao del Sur. Cagwait is composed of 11 barangays. Its population as determined by the 2020 census was 21,747. Cagwait is known for its fine sand beaches and for its festival known as Kaliguan Festival. Some of its barangays are located along the seaside part and also known for its richness of natural resources like seashells, fishes, mangrove forests, and other marine resources. One of the barangay in the municipality of Cagwait is Barangay Lactudan, in which it is popular for having some beautiful spots that make tourists attraction. It is known to be a place where a centennial avatar tree is located, where this was featured in different social media platforms, which made them known in different places and other countries. There are also vast mangrove forests that captivates attraction to passers-by and visitors to take photos on it. It is also known for it is rich in marine resources, wherein this could prove for its richness since some of the native of this barangay rely its source of living from the different resources catch from wide crystal clear water that surrounds. Aside from being rich in native water resources, Barangay is also famous among other barangays because of this is the only barangay having their celebration araw ng Lactudan. Having this Filipino hospitality, they may be able to afford to cater a free lunch for everybody, especially for visitors coming from different places, which highlighted their celebration called Sugba Sugba Festival to share all the graces being catched by the fisher folks of the barangay. The history of Barangay Lactudan. Based on the Republic Act 2523 signed by President Carlos P. Garcia on July 21, 1959, making this former Sitio Suwa turned into a barangay named Barangay Lactudan through the effort of Mr. Francisco L. Gumapak Sr., who was then as the first Teniente del Barrio, now called Punong Barangay or Barangay Captain. Through its territorial domain consists only of 1,870 hectares with a total population of 948. But through the generosity of late Narciso Pilaes, the father-in-law of former barangay captain Cipriano C. Garcia Jr., who donated a portion land for the expansion of the barangay and because of growing population. Barangay Lactudan is located along seaside part and who had been blessed with fertile soil abundant with farm products like coconuts, rice, fruits, root crops, and also rich in marine resources. The name Lactudan means shortcut, since it has a way going to Barangay Arasasan, which you could go there by just walking, and you could reach there for just less than an hour. Barangay Lactudan has a total land area of 281.79 hectares, in which 266.79 hectares or 94.6% of it is an agricultural land, while 20,000 hectares or 0.02% of it is an idle land. The 25.6% or 10.9997 hectares is residential and 14,000 hectares or 0.01% is the seawater where fisher folks have their fishing activities. Barangay Lactudan has a 2.5 kilometers distance from the municipal town hall of the municipality of Cagwait. Lactudan has a total population of 948. 419 are female, 529 are males. And now, let's talk about the stories behind the century-old avatar tree of Barangay Lactudan. This known plant named the acacia tree grows in the seaside part in Barangay Lactudan. According to the folks, this tree had been growing even before the World War II in 1945. Because during that time, this tree had been their shield where they hid and cover when there were Japanese soldiers roaming around. It is also called the centennial tree for it is still survived up to this year. During the incumbency of Honorable Bonifacio G. Ondona, way back 2007 to 2013, which one of his programs and project is making Cagwait as tourist haven in Surigao del Sur, showcasing our several tourist spots, which one of these is the centennial avatar tree. Lactudanons are very proud having this century-old tree because today we can rarely find a tree as old and as huge as this tree. As years go by, until this time, this tree had been very well known, not only in our locality, in our province, but in the entire nation, for it was featured in different social media platforms. In fact, many people coming from different places just to see this captivating, beautiful God-given nature. This acacia tree is recently known as Avatar tree, named after the movie Avatar, for it has the resemblance from the tree seen in the movie, especially the curtain-like ferns hanging around. With this kind of Boston ferns, its length measures 2 to 3 meters long. That is really captivating to the eyes, as if it were calling you to come as it sway when the wind blows. Being popular, many people were very excited to take photos on it. Many people asked if there were any mysterious happenings or any extraordinary phenomenon that exists on it, like any other stories heard, especially huge trees like this tree. But according to our sources, folktales, that there is an existence of creatures not like us, but only those having third eye could only see it, as they say. Until such time, there were stories that make them wonder when group of visitors taking photos that one thing struck them was a white image was captured and that they could not explain what is it. Another group also taking photos during noontime wasn't able to capture even their own image, but then hours later they tried to take photos again, they were successfully able to capture. This time, people from different places is still continuously coming to see this wondrous and beautiful avatar tree. It is significantly important to the community, people, for it is believed to be the oldest tree among other trees. It is a place where the people gathered especially for leisure and sports because of its wide range of branches that give shade and comfortable feeling. Some gatherings and festive occasions like Sugba-Sugba Festival during Araw ng Lactudan were held under this shady tree. It is also significant since during the celebration of Sugba-Sugba Festival is also the opening of a week-long celebration of Kaliguan Festival, where candidates for Perlas ng Kaliguan used to visit and witness the celebration held under this wide and shady tree. This gigantic spread of branches is giving cool shades accented with lengthy ferns hanging around it, giving off fresh air that is so inviting to local and foreign tourists. Such delight feeling to relax, especially during siesta. Its magnificence truly catches the eyes of travelers and is so noticed in social media platforms around the world, evident through their posted photos of the giant tree. And now let's move on to the next tourist attraction in Barangay Lactudan. The vast mangrove forest of Barangay Lactudan. Mangrove forest is situated in one area, particularly along Sitio Baguikyan going to Sitio Ilahe of Barangay Lactudan, Cagwait, Surigao del Sur. This vast mangrove forest is generally measures 2 to 10 meters tall. It can be easily multiplied by propagules, which can be collected from trees or gathered from the forest floor. About 50 centimeter propagules that have not yet started rooting are used for plantation. Seashells are also abundant under the shady part of the mangrove forest, like tampayan, burubugat, dawdaw, and many others. Such seashells are commonly gathered by seashells gatherer, locally called manginhasay, in the barangay for family consumption, and the rest would be sold within the barangay area only. For a long time ago, according to the folks of Barangay Lactudan, there has been already an existence of mangroves in the coastal area of the barangay. People before were free to cut down mangroves, used as fuels and others sold as firewood to generate income, and it was also used as home Christmas trees during Christmas season. Due to population increase, man-made activities like cutting of mangroves for other purposes little by little destroyed the area without thinking of the consequences that might occur in the next years to come. Natural calamities, low fish production, and damaged biodiversity is not of their concern due to lack of knowledge and ignorance of some residents. Until such time, many alarming occurrence of natural calamities that occurs in some places out of man-made abuse to nature that serve as moral lesson. In order to eliminate such activities, the concerned government agencies has its programs and projects to help its constituents uplift their way of living by giving funds to support for different projects implemented by them. The Department of Agriculture organized a group of fishermen, and through information dissemination, trainings made them more knowledgeable about the preservation of nature and making a living out of it. They were given an emphasis that mangroves are of great help for them, for it protects the land, most importantly them against waves and storms. The organized fisher folks were trained how to manage and maintain the vastness of mangroves, being essential habitat for thousands of species in the seawater. In order to produce more mangrove, they were hired to gather some propagules to be planted, and they were paid off per propagules that they planted.